If there is a holy grail measurement, I mean, there's lots of different metrics because it depends on what you're trying to do. I can't tell you that this is the way you measure content marketing because I don't know. Are you trying to drive leads? Are you trying to keep customers longer or happier or create better customers? What are you trying to do? So that will depend on, and then I'll look at the metrics associated with that. But if there was a holy grail metric, I would say it's the subscriber, actually getting subscription in. Well, why is that? Well, we're trying to build an audience. That's the goal of content marketing is to build and nurture an audience over a long period of time that ultimately leads to some profitable customer action. So what we've found with most, either ourselves, the Content Marketing Institute, or our customers, is what's the difference between somebody that subscribes to your content versus somebody that doesn't. This is why you need the time, Chris. You need a little bit of time because it has to go through the buying cycle. Sometimes you can't tell right away what a subscriber is going to do. But for us, for Content Marketing Institute, what we know is that about 80% of our total revenue for our organization comes from those people that have been subscribed to our content for over 6 months. So what does that tell me as a CEO? That tells me that I'm not going to pitch people right away. It's a more considered purchase. It takes some time. I'm not just going to say, hey, you got to contentmarketinginstitute.com. You got to come to our event. No. What we want to do is sign them up. We want to show them, yes, we do know what we're talking about. We want to be a real valuable resource around content marketing, really helpful tips. And as they go, they'll start searching themselves and asking more questions. And if they want to take the next step, we have those things to offer. So I know that a subscriber is hugely valuable to us. But that's where I think you have to figure out, okay, well, when you look at a subscriber, let's say after a year, do they stay longer? Maybe they buy twice as much as a non-subscriber does because then you can match those people up with your customer database. Hugely valuable. So that's where I love subscribers as sort of the best way to go to market. If you are trying to convince your CEO, I would go, and we talk about this in the book, I would do a pilot program because CEOs don't want to overly commit to something they don't understand. So say, hey, I'm just running a pilot. Like you know that it needs to go long term. You know that these needs to go for years, but sell it as a pilot. Yep. Here's what you're trying to do: get group consensus in the C level. Here's what we're trying to do: we're trying to drive more leads, and we're trying to do it without paying for it through Google AdWords or paid sponsorship of some way. Okay, that's going to be a blog. Well, what goes into that? Well, we're going to blog 3 times a week, and we're going to create an email newsletter along with that, and a giveaway ebook, and go through the whole thing. And here's our expectations at 6 months, and here's the metrics that we think we can hit. And I'm going to come back at 6 months, and I'm going to tell you what we've done, and if the hypothesis is right, and I'm going to ask for more money. I don't know if a CEO would say no to that. They're like, oh, this makes sense. I can do this. So run it as a pilot. You know you need it for 18 months, 2 years. You know it's not going to stop. But at least you can get the CEO to buy in and give you a little bit. And once you get a taste for those results and that organic traffic and people signing up for your content when you're not selling something, it'll start to work in the organization and it'll work.